guys, welcome back to another Q&A video. You guys ready? We actually got these questions from that same Instagram post that I posted a long time ago. Remember?
Like a year ago.
Was it a year ago?
More than a year ago?
Dang, time flies. But yeah, so we went back to that old Instagram post and we pulled these questions. So if you guys want to keep asking more questions, just scroll through my Instagram and then find that post and then post there, because it's easier than creating a whole new post.
So you're giving them homework though. You're gonna have to keep load more.
And while you're scrolling, you know, just hit a few likes and stuff. So anyway, we're gonna get started on this Q&A here. We pulled up these questions. So for our first question here, by Jalen.hang. For Tiff, did you think you would marry an Asian guy? For Casey, did you think you would marry a Mexican girl?
Oh, it's a yin and yang question. One for you, one for me.
Yeah.
You first.
I never in my entire life ever thought I would even date an Asian guy ever.
Really?
Yeah, never. So it's funny that when people see us together, I've heard comments before, people will be like, oh, she must like Asian guys, or even in conversation, people will be like, oh yeah, so your other Asian boyfriends, and I'm like, I've only had him.
Oh, like they think you have yellow fever.
Yeah, so but no, I mean.
I thought you had yellow fever too.
You did?
Like whenever I realized that you were into me, I was like, oh. Most girls that are dating another ethnicity, you can almost like 90% of the times assume that that person is kind of into that specific ethnicity, whether it's the culture or the type of person. You know, it's like if you're into black guys, you're into black guys. You're into white guys, you're into white guys. You know, and then there's a pattern most of the times.
Types.
Yeah, there's a pattern most of the times, and you kind of break out of that, and you're not.
Yeah, I've never had a pattern or like a type.
I don't know. I think it's funny because I was supposed to be your white guy. I was supposed to be your white boyfriend, and it ended up being an Asian guy.
Because like the two previous serious relationships I was in, they were both Latinos. Like one of them was Mexican, the other one was Peruvian. And so after having those relationships, I'm like, you know what? I want to try dating a white guy, like see what that's like. So I actually did have in mind like a certain ethnicity that I was planning on dating to kick off my dating life, because I had always been in long-term relationships and he was supposed to be my first like dating
/ fling.
Yeah, like supposed to be a fling. Turned out to marry my fling, but yeah, and I forgot that. I was supposed to date, like, I was trying to date a white guy.
I'm a white guy.
You are a white guy though. He was born in Texas. He's like super, like raised near white people, and like you're just, the way you think it's like a white guy is just so funny. Because I pretty much did get my white guy.
That's also part of the Asian though. I'm not whitewashed. I got
a Twinkie. Yellow on the outside, white on the inside.
Or banana. Actually, I think it's usually banana. But
okay, sure, whatever. Banana, Twinkie, same thing. You know what's interesting? When we first started dating, I did have that thought of like, oh, I'm dating an Asian guy. Because when I first started hanging out with like JK and everybody, and a good chunk of everyone that we were with was Asian, I had never really, like in my past, I never really thought about race that much, because I was always I didn't realize, but I was like in my Mexican bubble. And so for me, like if I had like a black friend or a white friend or an Asian friend, like in high school, I just thought in my head like, oh yeah, I have a pretty diverse set of friends. Like I know a lot of people. But then not until going out with you and your group of friends and there's just nothing but Asians, I actually did feel like an outsider for the first time. I was just like, whoa, this is different. And then back then, Gio didn't tell me that she was Mexican. She was like trying to keep her ethnicity a secret.
Oh, yeah,
so I didn't
ambiguous.
So I didn't even have her to really relate to. So I just felt like the only Mexican, the only like completely just removed from I had just never felt that before, ever in my life. And then it's funny because you say the opposite, huh?
I always felt like an outsider because I was never around Asians to begin with all that much, and not until I found JK actually that I felt like, oh, this is what it feels like to be around a lot of Asians and everything is very Asian centric. And then not until I moved to LA did I experience because LA is very interesting as a city. You have like pockets of an enclave meaning like neighborhoods solely based around certain ethnicities, and there's Asian neighborhood,
pretty segregated.
There's
here.
Mexican neighborhood, there's the black community,
really
and then there's white community, Jewish community. It's not exactly a melting pot. As a melting pot, all the pieces kind of stayed.
Yeah, it's like a separated plate.
Yeah, it's like the TV dinners.
That's LA.
Yeah, that's LA. And so I didn't experience ethnicities like that until I moved here. But then there's something beautiful about that, because when you visit like Downey, for example, like you're completely immersed into Mexican culture. And when I started dating you, I never really experienced like a Mexican neighborhood like that.
You know what's funny? Now when I go back and I visit friends, and then now I see the Mexican like neighborhood that like bubble. I had never really noticed that before because I was just my whole life, everywhere that I would go to was also similar to that because I would visit Mexico every single summer. So to me, it was just like, oh yeah, this is my world. It's the same thing. But yeah, not until now I go back and I visit, I'm like, oh. And then now I hear all my friends' accents, and sometimes I'll look at videos from the past and I'll hear my own accent. I'm like, whoa, I had a deep Chicana accent.
The first time I was on the phone with you, like it surprised me like hardcore. I was like, whoa.
Hey, I'm outside.
Because like we met at a bar and like it's just for some reason like I just never registered an accent with you, and then when I finally got on the phone with you and I had nothing, like there's no face, no visual attraction at all. It's just voice, and I was like, am I talking to Tiff?
Yeah, I remember you asked something too, like, is this Tiff or something like that, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm outside.
I'm outside, eh?
Well, how about you? Did you ever think you would marry a Mexican girl?
Never. I mean, I don't know, growing up Asian and living in an Asian household, like you would assume that your future wife and future life would be kind of like a mirror image of how you grew up. That was my comfort, you know, just having something Asian. And so I thought, well, you know, I'll probably date around and you know, explore. And I'm not like super like, I need to have an Asian girlfriend, but I just thought my wife will be Asian though. Not that I'm actively looking for an Asian wife. But yeah, I guess it wasn't about ethnicities though. At the end of the day, I was just finding the right person, and you were that person, I guess. And
yeah, it's true.
And I don't know. It is pretty funny though that my mom found a pattern amongst the girls I used to date.
Oh really?
Yeah, or like at least the girls I used to like, and I would talk to my mom about liking certain girls.
How cute!
Yeah.
You would talk to your mom.
Yeah, that's the white part. That's like, because most Asian kids don't talk to their moms about the girls that they like, and I think my mom was very westernized in this area of our relationship. And yeah, I would tell her like, I like this girl, I like this girl, and she'd be like, oh yeah, I'm noticing a pattern, Casey.
What was the pattern?
You like darker girls.
Oh really?
Yeah, like brown girls. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, because most of the Asian girls
so you're destined for a Mexican.
Yeah, I like the Cambodian girl, I like a Vietnamese girl, and they're usually darker too. And then now that I'm with you, I'm like, oh.
Am I darker? Am I like a dark Mexican?
No, you're not darker, but you're not exactly pale either. It's like that was a prophecy right there. you were waiting for me all along.
Yeah. No, but it's kind of interesting too how your brother likes Latinas too.
Oh,
what's that about?
Yeah, that was something that crossed my mind, but I never actually got to talk to him about it because I've always wanted to be like, don't you think it's weird, Carrie, that you and me as brothers, we both have Mexican girlfriends, and our dad owns a Mexican restaurant? Yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
That's
like,
so weird.
How did that end up there?
I don't know. I think that might be a group discussion whenever we go back to Dallas and we meet them all up again. And
yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
All right, next question.
This one is from, how do you say that name? Amaris Wu. What's one thing that you've taught one another through the years? Maybe seeing something a new way or learning a skill.
Oh, I know for sure you have changed the way I view movies. 100%. 100%. I do not view movies the same way anymore.
How did you view movies before?
I don't know, before it was just really like, oh yeah. Like I don't analyze things. I don't actually like break things down as to why I like something and why I don't. That's why when people ask me like, why do you like skydiving? I'm like, I don't know, it's just really fun. Like I don't actually think about things like that, like analyzing it. And so with movies, it was just like, oh, I didn't like that movie. Why? I don't know. I just didn't like it. And then, oh, I did like that movie because it was fun. And that was the only reason. Like, I really didn't dissect the movie and like look at the moving parts and see why it is the way it is. Because I did grow up going to the movie theaters a lot. My dad used to take us, back when they were together, my mom and dad were together, we used to go every single weekend to the movie theater, and that was like our tradition. We would always go and watch a new movie. So like me going to the movie theater, I tie that in with my dad a lot. It's kind of interesting that I ended up meeting you and like you love movies, and it's kind of funny too with my dad how he had like Asian obsession too. Yeah. My dad would buy me everything like yin yang. Like I had yin yang earrings, necklace, like shirts, like just he would buy me yin yang, and like bracelets. Chinese balls, like the
What do you call them?
He called them Chinese balls. I don't know what they're called.
You rotate your hands.
He had a ton of those, like a ton of pairs of those. He had a lot. And then he loved eating the ginseng drink root thing.
That's where our dads, my dad likes Latin stuff. And
but was he like that during your childhood though? Or is this something
He's always liked salsa dancing. Like, okay, you know what, you're right. Like, the older he's gotten, the more into Latin stuff he's been, but he's always been into salsa dancing. Yeah, for me it was like from my childhood.
And then like he always lit incense everywhere. I mean, that's kind of Asian thing, no? I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, and then like I used to love watching the Asian channel, and like I would laugh at hearing the Asian language. I don't even know which languages it was. But anyway, the point is...
They're all funny.
What was the point of this? I forgot the point of this. Oh yeah, movies. Movie going.
Oh yeah.
Like dang, I got sidetracked.
What was the question?
Yeah, you totally changed the way I view movies now. Because now I see like the cinematography, like the lighting, the directing decisions, like the acting decisions, like the character arcs, like all that stuff. Like now I know what Dark Night of the Soul means and Save the Cat and like all that stuff. Like you taught me all
that. So I took the fun out of movies for you.
You kind of did.
I made it into homework.
You kind of did, honestly.
I don't know.
What's something that I changed the way you see?
I think you taught me how to see life.
Lame.
Think about it. When you found me, you polished a penny up. You found a dirty old penny, dropped into a puddle with rain and dirt, and it's just like covered in
long hair.
Yeah, long hair, don't care, and wearing a beanie to hold up the hair, and lots of stuff going on.
Hey, that's true. I
polished it up.
All of this is kind of my work here.
Yeah, now it's just pure copper.
But how have you seen? Like, how have I changed the way you see something? Like you view it? Because that's the question here.
Oh, okay. I was a workaholic when you met me, and on vacations I would always work. You helped me scale back. Like, hey, look. I get it, you gotta hustle, you are a hustler, respect that, but at the same time, have some fun. Enjoy life a little bit, and you help me don't take things so seriously. And so I think
kind of like with TV watching, right?
Yeah.
From Mel Sun 23. Where has been your favorite place that you have traveled together to? What would be your top one?
That's a hard one.
I want to say Paris, but I can't.
That's where we got married.
I can't fully say Paris because we haven't experienced. Like, I would like to experience that city, just the two of us.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because both times it was pretty stressful because it was wedding related. But,
and then it was a lot of people with us too all the time.
Yeah.
Isaac, my parents, and then the wedding. Everyone else.
Yeah, so I would like to say Paris, but putting Paris aside,
I would say Barcelona because that was the other one that's the only place we've actually been to where it's just the two of us.
No, we went to Cancun, we went to New York.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? We did go to Italy. We went to Naples, Rome, Florence, Venice, Milan, Lucca. Oh, and then we went to like Sorrento and Capri.
Man, you have a good memory. I was like, we went to Italy. I don't know. That was a fun trip.
It was like super, super fun. And I think out of that trip, my favorite destination we went to was Venice. That was just like, I love Venice so much. And the food was the best there. The sights were the best there, in my opinion. I loved Venice.
I think for me it was Japan.
Japan?
Yeah, even though it wasn't like a romantic, just you and me kind of thing, and like the entire company, JK was there and Isaac was there. That was the first trip that we went together where I just was able to like do what you said, slow down and enjoy life and don't work, and that was around the time when you were like, it's a rule, Casey, you can't be editing when you're on vacation.
I tried making that rule since Cancun, which was like one of the early trips. Yeah. I was just like, you're not allowed to bring that laptop. I'm like, no, you have to have fun. Actually, after Cancun was when I really put my foot down. Because during Cancun, the whole time, you're just on your computer. But it's fine, because then after that trip, that's how I was like, okay, no more work during
No more work during vacations. Yeah, I haven't been doing that. That's why there's huge gaps of no uploads.
Yeah, so if we're on vacation.
Thank you.
Sorry. You know what? There's actually gonna be an upcoming very large gap of not posting. Hopefully we plan ahead. Hopefully we can plan ahead and he can get his work done before we leave. But we're actually planning on going to an anniversary trip and we're going to Morocco. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, I wish we could answer this question after Morocco, because
maybe Morocco's gonna be our favorite.
I think, yeah, because what I see in my head and based on what we're planning for this trip, it's gonna be awesome, and I can't wait.
And there's also another trip right after Morocco. We're gonna be going to Istria, and I am so freaking excited about that. Like, looking at that country, it just looks so beautiful. Like, I'm just so excited to get to really explore the heck out of that place.
Same, because like I didn't even know Istria existed before I learned about this trip, and I'm like, oh, cool. Well, without you, I don't think I would have ever discovered the existence of this place. So let's go.
So it's near like Croatia and stuff. You guys could just Google it. You'll see where it is. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to Morocco and Istria, and then on the way to Morocco, we're gonna be landing in Paris, which lands on the day of our 6th anniversary, and we're gonna be spending the whole day in Paris, and that's gonna be the first time we're gonna see the city, just the two of us as a couple, like kind of like what I was just saying earlier, like the way I wanted to see. And then on the way back from Morocco, we're stopping in London for a day, and I've never been there, so I'm super looking forward to that.
Fish and chips.
Yeah, and then once we land in LA, then we go to Istria. So it's gonna be a lot of traveling, checking things off on the baby bucket list. So I'm super excited because I'm looking at all my friends having kids, and I'm starting to get FOMO.
We can call off the bucket list and.
No, I gotta put my foot down. I want to see the world, and
we can avoid the FOMO though.
I know I could see the world with the kid in it, but I would like to see it just, you know, with what the situation is right now, without throwing a baby in there yet.
Okay.
So I'm sticking to that. I want to see landmarks, because I was even telling him, like, I'm so down to just land at these landmarks that I want to see, like just land there, see the thing, and then leave. Like, I'm down for that too. I know it's like a waste of travel and money.
But that's a great journey though.
But it's just like, boom, see it, saw it, let's go. And then once we have our kids and then everything's more calmed down and like we're used to traveling a lot, then we could go back to these destinations and actually fully experience that place with our kids.
True.
In the future. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about.
True. All right, next question from the Brian Tang. What were Casey's parents' first impression of Isaac? How'd they meet? They have established such a loving relationship.
I know they have. I'm so lucky. You know, your parents are so wonderful, and they've been so open to loving Isaac and treating him as one of their own. Is just so like, oh my gosh, it just makes my heart explode. I love them so much. But yeah, so their first impression. What was their first impression? You would know that.
I was so nervous, like introducing the idea of dating you and dating someone that had a kid to my parents.
You thought like their Asian parent.
Yeah, I mean, as westernized and as forward thinking as they are, I didn't know where this was gonna lead, and I don't know, you know, it's just I didn't know. And so when I finally told them that, hey, like, you know, I've been dating a girl that she has a son, and you know, I think it might be kind of serious, you know, like we're really clicking here, and yeah, I want to see where this is gonna go. They were like, oh, okay, cool. I thought there was gonna be like, Casey, watch out now, like, you know, this is.
Now, didn't your mom say something?
Yeah, she was just saying like, yeah, are you sure? Like, you know, like she already has a son. Like, this is, you know, kind of like.
She's unclean.
Yeah, but she never used words like that. I think she kept it very PC, but yeah, like, I guess she was implying certain things like that. But that was a very short-lived moment. It was like, I don't know, like maybe like a month or two of like kind of uncertainty from her.
She was like consistent about that? It wasn't like a one-time thing?
Well, I don't talk to her consistently either though, so I think maybe like 2 conversations over the course of 2 months. And then by the time I was like, you know, I think this is getting more serious than just, you know, like a fling, in which what we were in the beginning.
We had established that we were supposed to be a fling. The two of us knew that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And it just kind of. Maybe that's the way to get into a serious relationship, one that works, is start off with a fling. I
think that just worked for us. I wouldn't want to go and give out advice out there and then everyone's like, you guys said it would work.
Worked for us? I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, it was very short-lived from my mom's side, and then my dad was just really open about it. Like, he was like, oh, cool, all right. Can't wait to meet him. Can't wait to meet her. And,
cool, thanks, Baba.
Yeah, and then after like the 2 months of my mom being kind of uncertain, I don't know, I guess she started stalking you on Facebook and like Instagram or whatever. I don't know, but she ended up seeing pictures of Isaac, and then she was like, well, you know what, Isaac's kind of cute. He's a really cute kid. Like, he's a really like pretty kid, you know, like, you know, big eyes
Thanks,
and
Mama.
a really nice smile. And Isaac has a really nice smile, you know, and he still does. And
even though he needs braces now, he still has a great smile.
but yeah, so my mom was like, yeah, he's a cute kid, and I don't know, I just kind of from everything that was kind of snowballing towards us being more and more together, I think she just kind of accepted it, and the rest is history.
Cool.
Yeah, it was very open arms. Very surprise. It took me by surprise.
Really? How did that make you feel?
Because I was ready to put up a fight. I was ready to like,
really?
let's go in, let's go. Like I'm gonna make this work, and I didn't have to. So I got the guns and weapons all ready, and it's like, oh, okay, disarm. All right, cool, we're good.
Oh, that's cool. So before Casey's parents met Isaac, the night before, because they had flown into LA and they were here for only a few days, and I remember we set up a dinner because I was like, oh, you know, like have them meet me first, like before the kid, like, you know, just have them meet me first. So we ended up going to K-Town and we had live octopus, live lobster, like live all this stuff, and I was just like so about it because I'm a really adventurous kind of eater. Like I'm so down to try anything once.
Yeah, everything came out twitching.
Yeah, so I was just like, how cool. And then, but a part of me though, like deep down, I'm like, is this a test? Like, are they trying to see?
But they're not Korean though.
I know, but no, like not the fact that they're Korean, but like the fact that, I don't know, like is she a picky eater? I don't know, like I have no idea.
Asians across the board, no matter what Asian you are, like I think we love food. And we're very open to other people's foods. I
didn't know anything about Asian culture, period, let alone like Chinese culture or nothing. I didn't know anything about anything. So a part of me was like, is this some sort of like Asian test somehow? Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, so then we end up having that really nice dinner. I had such a great time with your parents. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so great. Like they're so awesome. They're super nice, really, really down to earth, really easy to get along with. Like I just fell in love with them immediately. I'm like, you guys are awesome.
What were your expectations versus what you met? Who you met? Yeah.
I didn't have expectations.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like I think it's because like I didn't really know much about Asian culture, so I didn't even know what to expect at all, period.
We're so foreign and exotic, right?
No, like I just knew
us with dragons and phoenixes.
Stupid.
And
I just knew my own Latin Mexican bubble. Like I just know how to, like I was just trying to just be myself and not really put up a front or anything. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not good with putting up a front because you're the only person that I know that never shifts in social situations. Because most people, like, even including me, I do too. I'd catch myself like shifting my certain quirks depending on who I'm talking to. And you're the only person that I know and that I've ever met in all my 30 years that doesn't do that.
You're not 30 yet.
Okay, I'm 29, but close enough.
Really? You don't think I do that?
I don't think so.
Thank you. I think that's a compliment, but
yeah, because in street vernacular, that's like it's you keeping it real. You don't
like my last name, you know, Delavie. I had to just keep it real. So anyway, by the time I met your parents, that's just the way I went into it, and I came out just loving them to death already from the get-go. And so for the next day, when we met up with them again, and then this time I brought Isaac along.
We ate French food.
Yeah, we ended up eating at a French restaurant.
Ironic because we got married in Paris.
And I was just telling Isaac, like, just be on your best behavior, okay? Like, just, you know, you're a good kid already. Like, it wasn't a lot of work for him to be on his best behavior because he's already a really good kid.
And he was only 4. He was like
he was
just
4.
about to turn 5.
Exactly.
Cute kid.
Yeah,
I miss that Isaac.
I know. We're gonna miss this one too.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna look back and say, I miss the 10-year-old Isaac. So we gotta just cherish every single minute.
Exactly.
But yeah, honestly, you know what? From that night though, it's kind of a blur because it was a long time ago. Meaning, like I don't remember specific situations of that night. I think the only specific situation that I remember is taking Isaac to go wash his hands, and I don't know why that's like embedded in my memory. But I remember that night. I took him to the bathroom to go wash his hands. Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember much about that.
It's just a hand wash.
Yeah, for some reason, it's so random. I don't know why.
I remember that night. That was the first time where I don't know why. This is the whole shape-shifting thing again. I remember that was the first time I opened up to Isaac fully.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like I think with my parents being there too, it just created more of a family feeling in me, and so like I just finally opened up to Isaac fully, because before that it was still more like
you were really cold.
Yeah, like
I remember he was just like really like stiff.
I think it kind of freaked me out too. It's like, well, you know, if this relationship moves forward in any way, then my relationship with this guy moves forward too. And I was kind of freaking out a little bit. Low key, I was freaking out like, what is that? Like,
Well,
what is this?
Just to clarify though, by the time you met Isaac, like I was obviously already ready to like be committed to the relationship. If not, then I wouldn't have even introduced you to Isaac, period.
That's true. There was a time when you didn't let me meet Isaac.
Yeah, he wanted to meet Isaac and I'm like, no, like I don't know where this is going.
Yeah, I didn't know what that would hold for me, and when it came my way, I was like, oh, I see why you didn't have me meet Isaac yet. I don't know how to handle this. It was just kind of like a weird transition for me.
So like in my shoes, I fully respected and understood where you were coming from, but still, like, just from my perspective, I was just like, come on, dude, like, loosen up a little. Like, you know, I am introducing you to my kid and you still have this, like, major wall. It's like, by me taking that step, I'm already telling you, like, knock that wall down.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't for like a long time.
No, you know what's weird too is like I think I'm pretty good with kids all around. Like I'm.
Yeah, you used to teach Kung Fu a little bit.
Yeah, like I've been around kids and teaching them and even tutored kids before too. It's like I always felt like I'm pretty good with kids, but with Isaac it was hard for me to open up for some reason. And I think it was the pressure of the relationship and the trajectory of it if it were to continue. And so I think that just made me close up a little bit. I think that night when we all kind of had dinner with my parents, I think that really helped me.
How did you open up?
I don't know. I was able to kind of play with them and like baby talk with them a little bit more and like get into his world. I think before it was more like, oh, he's in like his 5-year-old world, and I don't know, like I just couldn't bring myself to be in his, because like with kids, you like in order to really interact with kids, like you have to be on their level, and if you can't do that, then you're not speaking their language. And then to this day with 10-year-old Isaac, it's the same. It's like you have to be in 10-year-old Isaac world to really fully communicate. And if you don't, you alienate him and he alienates you, and it just it doesn't work. So that's something I've learned. Yeah.
So what did they tell you after they met Isaac? Like,
they loved you guys. They're like, oh my God, like this is beautiful mother-son relationship, beautiful mother, beautiful son. And I don't know, it's just I think once they met you, everything was like there was no more obstacle in terms of what this could be.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I would have remembered what date that was.
I know the place though. It's on Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, I know the place, but I wish I could remember like even the month. Like when was that? I feel like it was near Christmas time. Was it
cold?
I think it was cold.
We were wearing some light jackets. Yeah.
Yeah, we started dating in May. This might have been like. Wait, why did they come over?
Oh, was it to buy my new car?
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
When did you buy it? Was it September?
Yeah, because at the time I wasn't making enough money without a cosign, so my dad came over to help me. Well, he helped negotiate too. I suck at negotiating.
I think it was September, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's when we made it official too, actually.
That's when you
in September. That was so we started the fling in May, and by September.
So we're counting it still by May though, because it's like
Yeah,
we started
the relationship started
time,
then. Yeah, but September was when we said the fling is off.
Yeah.
This is full on boyfriend girlfriend now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so September.
Yeah. Yay! Now I remember September of 2012. 2012, right?
Like what year now?
I was like, what was the year? All right, last question here by SNG.SLH. What's the funniest thing Isaac said? With love from Belgium. Hearts. What was? Okay, there was this one.
Oh, yeah, you go.
I think know more than I do. Off the top of my head, because I really wish I would have written down the funny things he said when he was a toddler. Like he would come up with the funniest things, and I don't know why I never wrote it down, and I hate myself for that. But anyway, I remember one day he came up to us and he was like, "Mommy, how come people say mega so much?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean mega?" And he's like, "Yeah, like sometimes people be like, Mega, you crazy." I was laughing so hard.
Mega, crazy.
I was like, no way he just said this. I think he was like 7 years old, 7 or 8.
Something like that.
Oh my God, I was laughing so hard. And then I was just like, this is too funny. I have to record this. And I think I recorded it. I think it's in my Instagram somewhere. I was like, what did you say? And he was like, Mega, you crazy. Like he's so innocent.
How do you explain that to him too?
Yeah, I was just like, and then I think I don't remember, did we explain it to him? I think we said something like...
We watered it down.
Like, baby, don't say that again, because that's not exactly what people say, but just don't worry about that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this Q&A video. Remember, if you want to submit your own questions for our next Q&A, you can either go back to my IG post, which is a lot of scrolling, or you can just comment this video, and then we'll make sure to check out this video's comment section for future questions as well. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.
Bye.
Nigga, you're crazy!
Oh my god.